Hey, what's up everyone? If you've been paying attention to where the smartest money on Wall Street is flowing, then buckle up, because today we're talking about one of the most watched investors on the planet and his big bet on artificial intelligence. So let's set the scene here. Ken Griffin, the billionaire founder of Citadel, one of the most successful hedge funds in the history of finance, has NVIDIA sitting as a top AI stock in his portfolio. And honestly, when Ken Griffin makes a move, people pay attention. This isn't some weekend investor dabbling in tech stocks. This is a guy who has turned market intelligence into an absolute art form, and his portfolio choices are basically a masterclass in where the future is heading. Now, NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVIDIA, is not exactly a hidden gem at this point. But the fact that Griffin has it positioned as a top AI holding says something really powerful about the long-term conviction behind this stock. NVIDIA has transformed itself from what most people thought was just a gaming graphics card company into the absolute backbone of the artificial intelligence revolution. Their chips, specifically their GPUs, are the engines powering everything from ChatGPT to data centers to autonomous vehicles. We're talking about technology that is genuinely reshaping entire industries. And here's what makes this story really interesting. Griffin's Citadel isn't just casually holding a few shares. When a fund of Citadel's caliber puts NVIDIA at the top of its AI positions, that signals a deep analytical conviction that the AI wave isn't just hype, it's a sustained, structural shift in the global economy. These guys have armies of quantitative analysts, data scientists, and researchers crunching numbers around the clock. They don't hold stocks emotionally. Every position is calculated, deliberate, and built on layers of data most of us will never even see. NVIDIA's numbers have been nothing short of extraordinary to back this up. The company has reported revenue figures that have genuinely shocked Wall Street, driven largely by explosive demand for its H100 and A100 data center chips. Tech giants like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and Meta are essentially in a race to buy as many NVIDIA chips as they possibly can to build out their AI infrastructure. That kind of demand doesn't dry up overnight. It builds and compounds, which is exactly the type of growth story a fund like Citadel loves to sink its teeth into. What's also worth noting is the competitive moat NVIDIA has built around itself. Yes, competitors are trying to catch up. AMD is pushing hard, Intel is making moves, and custom chip efforts from the big tech companies are ongoing, but NVIDIA's CUDA software ecosystem is something that has taken years to develop and is deeply embedded in how AI developers actually build and train their models. Switching away from that isn't easy, and that stickiness is exactly what gives NVIDIA a durable advantage that Griffin and his team clearly see as a long-term strength, not just a short-term trend. Now, is NVIDIA cheap? Absolutely not. Trading at a premium valuation, it's priced for perfection in a lot of ways. But Griffin's position basically says that the growth trajectory here is large enough to justify that premium, and frankly, the scale of the AI build-out we're witnessing globally suggests the demand runway is still very, very long. So what does this all mean for you watching at home? Well, whether you're an investor, a curious observer, or just someone trying to understand where the world is going, the fact that one of the sharpest financial minds alive is doubling down on NVIDIA and AI should make you stop and think. Because when the smartest money in the room keeps moving in the same direction, maybe the real question isn't whether AI is the future, but whether you can afford to ignore it.